we've had the women's 4x4s. Now it's time for the men. Same rules, 2 semis, top 3 from each, plus 2 non-automatic qualifiers. What a moment for the Indians on the outside. Pandey and Ramesh hope to finish them off in fine style. Ramsey Angela goes anchor leg for the Dutch. Silver last year and surprised to do so now. Gold in Doha and gold last year in Tokyo. What a team. Norwood on the second leg. He's having a great season. Bryce Deadman and Trevor Bassett goes anchor, the brilliant 400 hurdler. Japan in 5. Nakajima will have the job of bringing them home. So we then bypass lane 4. No South Africans, which is a real shame to the Jamaicans. Silver in Doha, but 6th last year. Bitterly disappointed. Hakeem Bloomfield on the league leg for them. Trinidad and Tobago on the inside. Watch for Jareen Richards, the world indoor champion over the 400 metres. Made the 200 final a couple of nights ago. A very, very good 400 metre runner. And Trinidad, of course, running in memory of the late, great 4x4 relay runner, Dion Lendor, who lost his life, I think it was either at the very end of last year or the start of this year. What a fine ambassador he's been for Trinidadian one-lap sprinting, and they remember him fondly. Trinidad in 2, Jamaica 3, Japan 5, USA 6, Netherlands 7, India 8. First of 2 semi-finals in the men's 4x4, 3 of them coming back for the final at the end of our last night. Seemed to be a long hold, and there's more than a flutter or 2 of breeze in the stadium this evening. It's cooling down. Lovely long flowing stride of Boers, closing down on Yama of India, and a very steady first 200 metres from Elijah Godwin, who'll hand on to Vernon Norwood, very, very experienced athlete. And the American Godwin coming past Boers now. But it's an incredibly long leg, this one, and watch for Jareen Richards on the second leg for Trinidad. It looks deceptive because it takes a while for the stagger to unfold. Trinidad on the inside, but they're definitely not in last. Very close it'll be between USA, Trinidad and Jamaica. There's Javon Powell on the second leg for them. But watch Richards on the inside for Trinidad. He's already making up ground on Javon Powell. There's Richards in 3rd. Good running as well by Kawabata of Japan. Just in 4th, with the Dutch trying to close in. Terence Agard, the big figure from the Netherlands. But Richards now coming up onto the shoulder of Powell, putting the Jamaican under a little bit of pressure. Excellent running again. Kawabata's rallying the Japanese athlete. Norwood's beginning to tire, it's understandable. It's USA from Jamaica, Trinidad, and that was a really, really good leg by the Japanese runner, who hands over to Julian Walsh. Jamaica, Japan and Trinidad in what appears to be a 3-way battle for the 2nd and 3rd automatic spots. The Dutch in the background desperately trying to close in with Nick Schmidt. For the USA's Bryce Deadman. Now comes a bit of a move from Julian Walsh. It's Asa Guevara on the outside for Trinidad. They're going to be all in a straight line. Bryce Deadman to Trevor Bassett. What a season the 400 hurdler's having. He's got incredible strength and speed. He should anchor them home quite securely, although he knows the battle is unfolding behind them. The Dutch look out of this at the moment. Ramsey Angela is going to need an absolutely incredible leg to close in on these 3 teams battling for 2nd and 3rd. Aggressive running by Anthony Cox. Tries to take the inside line, but Nakajima's holding it, and Cox is going to have to come wide on the outside, which is what King is doing now for Trinidad. Cameras focusing in on 2nd, 3rd and 4th because the Americans have got their qualification wrapped up. Crowd roaring their approval for Trevor Bassett. He's in front. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd, and it's Cox of Jamaica now. And what a run by Nakajima. Bassett safely across the line. Nakajima in second for Japan. Cox in third for Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago will have to wait and see. 2:58.96. Bassett is really fired up, goes for a slam dunk and gets it. The Americans safely through to the final. The drama was unfolding behind them, and what a fine run by the Japanese quartet to come home ahead of Jamaica and denying the Trinidadians an automatic spot in the final.
Well, Elijah Godwin got things started for the USA, going 44-46 out of the gate, giving the USA that big lead. Then he would go to Vernon Norwood, 44-73 for him. Bryce Dedman, the former Texas A&M Aggie, would go 44-48, and then Trevor Bassett, just as cool as the other side of the pillow, brings it home 45-29. For Nakajima, 45.96. It was Julian Walsh who ran the best time for the Japanese team, 44.99. And Javon Powell for Jamaica on that second leg, 44.97.
C with 3:02.75. So too the Netherlands in fifth, 3:03.14. The Japanese still celebrating, 3:01.53 behind the United States. And you learn something new every day, sitting next to Dan O'Brien, the multiple world and Olympic champion, as cool as the other side of the pillow. I've never heard that before, I may never again, but it's in the mental locker. Godwin was getting a little bit tired towards the end of that leg, but Norwood, such an experienced individual and 4x4 runner. Norwood to Bryce Dedman. Walsh ran really well on that third leg for the Japanese, Julian Walsh. And Nakajima showed no shortage of grit and determination, hugging the inside. Cox initially tried to come wide on his outside, and you thought that the Japanese athlete would be swept aside, but he held that inside line with 200 to go. King made his move here, but it was a fraction too early, and he faded a touch down the last 50, which is why the Trinidadians will be having to pay very, very close attention to the times in the second of our semi-finals. Trinidad and the Netherlands play a waiting game. USA were away and clear. Jamaica were third in the end, with Nakajima coming home half a stride ahead in second. Good race. Well, the Americans might take some real stopping in that final. 2:58.96. Japan and Jamaica will be delighted. Trinidad and the Netherlands will be a touch nervous. Keep your eye out for 3:02.7 and 3:03.1. Great running by Great Britain and the United States in the first of the women's heats. Anything you can do, we can do better, say the Jamaican quartet. Ahead of the final. Made it. USA, Great Britain, Jamaica, Belgium, Italy and Switzerland taking those non-automatic spots. No room for last year's silver medalists, Poland, in the final. That's one of the big headlines. Final is around about 25 or so minutes away. 2 Algerians, 3 Kenyans, including the Olympic champion. And there's Wanyonyi bidding to become the youngest medalist in this event's history. Korea is one of the fastest in history, and he got the Olympic gold last year, but I'm not sure he's in that kind of form this year, and that's what makes the 800 final so intriguing. I don't think there's an individual outstanding favourite. Meanwhile, talking about outstanding, Weibo is as a decathlete, especially in the high jump. This for 2:11, and he's there. And he really needed this because it is one of, if not the best events of his programme, and bowing out early will cost him valuable points. He needs to capitalise here, and 2:11 will help him. That's 906 points.
And what did I tell you? I said he get a third attempt making 2:05. And then he's going to just go higher and higher. And then he got a second attempt making 2:08 and another second attempt make at 2:11. He jumps better as the bar goes up. Now
Zach Zymek First time clearances at 99, 05 and 08, but he's making a bit of a meal of 211, and it's not to be. So Weibo made it over. Zemek did not, so he bows out at 878 points. Garland, this is for 214. This would be 934 points. Massive haul from the American if he can get it. Yes, he can. He really is loving every second of life out there in the high jump competition. I hope he'll have some energy left in less than an hour's time when they have to come back to run the 400 metres. Warner. Now remember, he's in a different group, so there are a couple of hikes behind in terms of the chronology of how the competition's unfolding. So we've just seen Garland go over 214. This is Warner, second attempt, 208. Cowell, the defending champion, has got a clean card up to and including 205. Kevin Mayer has gone over 205. Ash Maloney, the Olympic bronze medalist and the world indoor bronze medalist, he's bowed out, so he's lost valuable points on this event. And that didn't look close for Warner. Needs to regroup and regather. He's not the star man on the high jump, we know that. But he'll be disappointed if he doesn't get over 208 at the third and final time of asking. Good indication of a decent crowd here early on a Saturday evening. It's a little cooler than it has been for the last couple of nights, but the sun is still shining and we still don't have a single cloud in the sky.
So we head back to the track for heat number 2 of the men's 4x400
second semi-final then in the men's at 4x4. The non-automatic times to watch out for: Trinidad, who were 4th in the opener, 302.7, and the Netherlands were 5th, 303.1. The French are on the outside. They'll be anchored home by Husseini. And is this going to be the last World Championship of Isaac McQuarla's career? How well did they do for the bronze at the Olympic Games last year? Watch out for Scotch on the anchor leg for them. Germany go in 6. Can they get close to their national record at 2:59? Czech Republic in 5th. Pavel Maslak running that vital second leg for them. Bags of experience outdoors and indoors. The two Borlée brothers, what great ambassadors they've been for Belgian sprinting. They're in 4. Italy in 3. Scotty on the anchor leg for them. Really disappointed we don't see the quartet from the Dominican Republic. Remember how well they did on the opening night to take the mixed relay gold. Poland on the inside. Watch for Justinski on the anchor leg. He ran like a wild man in the mixed relay last year to bring Poland home with the gold. So the Poles relying on a very, very fast finish from their experienced man Justinski. Poland in 1. 2 is empty. Italy 3, Belgium 4, Czech Republic 5, Germany 6, Botswana 7, France in 8. Top 3 coming back for the final, and keep half an eye on 302.7 and 303.1 for the non-automatic spots.
Set.
We should take a moment to savour watching the man second from the outside in that very distinctive pale blue of Botswana. Isaac McQuarla, the Commonwealth champion, one of the fastest men in history. Just on the second left of your picture there. He's been around for so many years, and maybe we're seeing him for the last time in the World Championship arena. We shall see. He's coming past Jourdier of France on this long first leg. This has been excellent stuff by the veteran Botswanan, who's going to hand on to Gozi, his younger teammate. Commentators in front of us standing up, everybody's getting in the mood. McQuarla's tying up just a fraction. Good running though by the Botswanans. And now it's to Dylan Borlée on the second leg for Belgium. Privot of France trying to stay in the mix, but he'll be aware of Borlée coming through on his inside. as they break from the stagger. Ngozi leading from Borlée, with Privot of France in third place, but it's getting a little bit tight here. Ngozi might come under pressure, not only from Borlée, but watch for Pavel Mazlak of the Czech Republic. Really good strength and experience by Dylan Borlée at the end of this leg. Ngozi just getting a little bit tired. Oh, what a shame. The Botswanans have dropped the baton, even having to turn back a second time. So it all went horribly wrong there between Ngozi and Matseo. No issues for the Belgians. Dylan Borlée to Jonathan Sakor. He'll hand on to Kevin Borlée. So it's Belgium from France, from the Czech Republic. The Botswanan running furiously down the back straight. He's got no option but to do that, but he might run out of steam down the home straight. He's run that first 200 as if his life depended upon it. Jonathan Sakor will hand over to Kevin Borlée. This is a commanding position for the Belgians, bearing in mind the experience and composure of Kevin Borlée on that last leg. Czech Republic is Dzenski to Patrick Saul. Poland in third. Watch for Dzenski, because remember he ran so well to bring Poland that historic mixed relay gold last year. Belgium, Czech Republic and Poland. And what a run by Schneider of Germany, coming up onto the Frenchman's shoulder. Husseini to try and get into fourth, and he is now. Watch for the pole. It's Saul for the Czech Republic, Kevin Borlée for Belgium, and Dzenski. Kevin Borlée coming away here, already easing up and looking over his shoulder. Saul looks composed in second place, and Dzenski in third. The French lunging for the line. Husseini getting them home. They'll have to wait and see. What a shame for the Botswanans. They were coming under a little bit of pressure, but when Ngozi came in to give the baton to Matseo, it all went horribly wrong, and that was the end of their aspirations to make the final. But Belgium, the Czech Republic and Poland will all be there. Heartache for Isaac Makwala and the Botswanans, but that was job done by the Belgians. They had probably the most experienced quartet, and it showed. Really good composure, great running from all four of them, and the Belgians will be back for the final.